magnificently played series, a 101-victory regular season, and a crippling natural disaster back home was so incredible it might have given the schmaltziest Hollywood screenwriter pause. But those fans filling Minute Maid saw it. They believed. It happened. And the fourth largest city in the nation, a city still reeling in the wake of disaster, could smile, could celebrate, could ask bleary-eyed coworkers the next morning, "How about them Astros?" This season, this team and this World Series has left Astros fans addled. The Houston Chronicle reported the morning after the championship. From Beaumont to Corpus, Brenham to Fairfield, they awoke Thursday morning and pinched themselves. We won the World Series. The Houston Independent School District closed Friday for a victory parade downtown. With an expected attendance of 750,000, it will likely surpass those that celebrated the end of World War II. The Astros' first-ever World Series victory is a baseball story, to be sure, but it's so much more than that. It's the story of a major American city, a city and a state that the rest of the nation doesn't always love or understand. Winning Americans' hearts because of its grace and goodwill in response to pain and hardship. Houston has endured its share of storms and hurricanes over the years, but nothing like Hurricane Harvey and the ensuing flood, the costliest natural disaster in American history. It's the story of a team of likable, refreshingly good-natured guys who each wore a Houston strong patch on their jerseys, and meant it. When Houston was down, they picked the city up and carried it. They brought hope during a dark time. It took a special mix of personality and panache to do what they did. Sports writer Richard Justice described the Astros as a nearly perfect mix of youth and experience, passion and resolve. Dave Sheinin of the Washington Post was impressed by what he described as the deep sense of humanity they all seemed to possess. From pitcher Charlie Morton's self-discovery to Carlos Beltran's quiet leadership to Altuve's infectious joy, to George Springer's profound grasp of this team's role in its city's recovery. In their close and intimate connection to the Bayou City, the modern-day Astros resembled storied teams of old. They were a modern-day version of the 50s-era Brooklyn Dodgers, when Duke Snider and Carl Furillo and Gil Hodges strolled along Flatbush Avenue, stopped in for a loaf of bread and a bottle of milk at the corner deli, and chatted with shop owners. Houston may be a massive, diverse metropolis disguised as a sprawling suburb, but it likes its local heroes when they're familiar, accessible, open, and hardworking. Guys like Bum Phillips or Earl Campbell, Nolan Ryan or Craig Biggio. These Astros certainly qualified. Whether it was third baseman Alex Bregman hanging out with fans at Plucker's Wing Bar, or pitcher Lance McCullers Jr. helping rescue dogs who have been thrown a curveball by life. Bregman, McCullers, and all their teammates had shared their city's trauma during Harvey. In the closing weeks of the 2017 baseball season, the relationship between suffering city and successful team became symbiotic. It kind of became something that we rallied around, McCullers said weeks after Harvey. We still have pictures hanging in our lockers. It's still something we think about, because people here are hardworking people, and they went through something that a lot of people can't understand. A lot of people lost everything. So for us to be able to just play baseball for a couple of hours, and for those people to be able to have a little bit of joy, to get away from what they were having to go through, is pretty special. To be able to give that to them. It's hard to exaggerate the fury and devastation Hurricane Harvey unleashed upon Houston and much of the Texas Gulf Coast. Beginning on a Saturday night in August, Houstonians in houses small and large, in modest working-class neighborhoods, and in sprawling estates on the forested banks of Buffalo Bayou, stood at doors and windows and watched it rain. Watched torrents of rain come down relentlessly, the noise like a train coursing through the neighborhood. As rising water invaded yards and then burst through doors, walls, and electrical sockets, Houstonians retreated to upper floors or attics, or clambered in the dark onto wet, slippery roofs. They waited. The rain kept falling. Those who could